Hey, good morning. It's Thursday. Got my hoodie back on. It's a little chilly this morning. So, hope you had a good week. Thank you for all your emails and messages and comments about the videos. I like doing them too. Today I'm sitting amongst a pile of, it's right here in front of me, fabric and scraps. Thank you to all of you who have sent in fabric and supplies and even like little buttons and trims and cut hearts, hearts that are already cut out, and monetary donations for the Bless You Project. I did an update on my blog last night, so you can go read that. I had my first, we got our first like share story, and it made me really sad. It like kind of stopped me for a moment, and then it was John that reminded me when I shared with him the story of why I'm doing this, why we're doing this. I got to quit saying it's we. So you can check that out on my blog. I got a few questions that I can answer. And if you have questions for me, it can be anything. You can ask me anything and I'll answer. No, I haven't gotten wax yet. After last week's video, the whole I went and bought weights. So they're still in the package, but I'm going to use them. So anyway, this week, update on the Wellness Revelation. I love it. It would be a prescription that I would give to everyone. It works differently for everyone, and I get that. I'm in a group of 12 women, and it's doing different things for different people. I think I told you last week that I had this moment where I spilled my coffee on the paper and I highlighted the whole page. Well, this week it happened again. And it gave me such great clarity. Sorry. So I'm moved by it every week. I told Emily last night, Emily Thomas, who is the podcast Mom Struggling Well. She's the leader of our group. And I said, I like every day I want to send a note to Elisa Keaton, who wrote the book. But I don't want to think that I'm a freak because it's like, pong, pong. But I don't want to tell you all the, maybe I will next week. But anyway, super good. And then this week, Everybody Always got this book. It's new. It just came out. So I got it on Tuesday. That was the launch day. Bob Goff, I feel like I should write him a letter too and say, everybody in the world, well, right now it's in English, so anyway, everyone needs to read this. It's a good one. I have a bookmark. It's just necessary for, especially the world we're in right now. It's talking, okay, so in the front it says, becoming love in a world full of setbacks and difficult people. Do I need to say more? I'm a difficult people. You're a difficult people. There are lots of difficult people. We all are at some point. And we don't have to like each other, but we need to love one another. And I think humanity is doing a pretty poor job at doing that right now. It's time for some coffee. Oh, I just sat up. Man, I was really slouchy. Sorry about that. Selfie. Just show up and be your selfie. Okay. So also I've been doing on Instagram and Facebook it's not my project. People keep asking me, what's the 100-day project? It's a project that is done worldwide through a couple of girls. You can look it up. That's my answer. Look it up. The purpose is to do 100 consecutive days of something creative, or this is my take on being creative. I'm showing, well, most of the time I'm talking to myself. Let's be honest. But it applies to so many other people that it would be silly not to share, because every day it's like, oh, that was for me. That was for me. Obviously, that was for me. And it's done on just regular, college ruled spiral bound notebook. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be painted or colorful. It's taking a moment. I'm taking a moment each day to write something down. Like I said, mostly for me, but I share it. And so like this on the 14th, we are victims of our own autopilots that we have programmed by repetition. We need to break the cycle, right? Make a decision, make a choice. Like, take it out of autopilot, make some changes, because it's possible. It just is. People have to have hope that things can change, and they do have the ability to pull through. Okay, so that's where my questions came in from Dana. Thank you, Dana. How did your Saturday training and race go? What are you doing to train? So I'm training for the Silo District Marathon. It's in Waco, Texas. I'm Team Chip. It's, yes, a fixer-upper, Magnolia. Chip met someone that is fighting a rare cancer, and he was moved to run a marathon. So that's what they're doing. And so I'm training for that. It's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from this coming Sunday, which is soon. So my training, I was overtraining, I guess. So I slowed down because I was not allowing my body to rest enough. So I'm running like still a lot, 4 to 5 days a week. My long runs typically are on Sunday, but then I have things to do and then I can't make it to church or even watch church, because once I'm done with my long run, I'm pretty much in a coma for the rest of the day. This past Saturday, though, there was something different. My old next door neighbor, that's younger than me, so she's not old, but she and I ran a marathon 14 years ago, and 14 years, that's crazy. Anyway, she had given me some nutritional tips, so I changed those. And this past Saturday was supposed to be 21 miles. I made it almost 18, so I'm good with that. But at about mile 13, it was already 80 degrees. I'm not going to give a bunch of excuses, but typically around 13 to 15 miles, that's my threshold, because that's where I like, okay. So I was going up a hill, so I decided to walk up a hill because it was a steep hill. And I kept just, okay, I can do this. I had to talk out loud. So people that saw me probably thought, what a nut. First of all, what is she doing? Why does she have that backpack on her full of water and a thing in my hand full of a different kind of water? And I had a big giant rock in my hand. It's not that big. I weighed it. It's 9 ounces. It's pretty big. I jumped. So I'm really trying to focus, like, okay, I got this. I can't do it on my own. Just give me a rock. Show me a rock. Show me something. Give me a sign, please. Like I was begging, but I was moving. And there it was. I should go get it. I should have got it before I started. Hold on. Enjoy the silence. Okay. So the beauty about rocks that are shaped like a heart is that they can fit right in your hand. See that? So it didn't take that much effort to hold it, except for usually it's a little rock. This is, I wanted to okay, I don't know, I don't have it. It's pretty big. But dang it, if it's not a heart and I was asking for a sign, I thought for probably a tenth of a second, I can't carry that. But I did. And that's where I get real I'm not a Jesus freak. I swear, I'm not. But I'm thinking, if Jesus carried that dang cross after he had been beaten to a pulp, I can carry this heart. So I carried it for a long time, and then I stuck it in my shirt. And I kept going. So once I got to the point where I was done, John picked me up. And I didn't have energy for any words. I just said thank you when he picked me up. And I just sat there and I was just sitting there breathing. And then I remembered, oh, guess what? And I reached into my shirt and it's gross, but it was totally wet from sweat. But then it looked even better. I'm like, look what I found. It doesn't matter how hard or how heavy it is, we can do it. We can't do it on our own, but we can do it. And so we can't give up. Because had I just given up, then I would have had that feeling of failure. Because I know how I am, I would have thought, I should have kept going, I know better. In the hard part, the easy part is the easy part. But in those moments of hard, of dark, of just bad, that's when you need to really align your thoughts with God. He'll get you through it. He'll carry you through it. He'll pull you through it. He'll push you through it. He'll hog tie you and drag you through it. But he will. You can't give up. So that's my takeaway for this week. That and drink more water. I get just as irritated as you might about all this water drinking because I have to keep going to the bathroom. And I think I've said it before, but it's worth it, right? I also need to get my nails painted because next week I'm going to Utah for the Facebook Live event on Wednesday, April 26th. 6 o'clock Central Time. That's 5 o'clock in California. Facebook Live. You should be there. There's going to be lots of exciting things, I'm certain. So I have to go get my nails painted. I also cut my thumb, reaching in to get the blade for my bullet. It's beauty. Okay, so then Dana, one more question because it takes too long for me to load these dumb videos. Talk about why crafting is one of your daily things. I feel guilt if I craft before everything else is done. That leaves little time to craft. I too feel that need. Okay, here's my antidote to all that. Give God the first part of your time. I'm not being the boss of you, so you can do it whenever you have to. But here's what works for me. Give God the first part of your time. Seek first. You do that, and everything else will fall in line the way it's supposed to be. You'll have enough time to do the things. I wouldn't say craft before your other things. For me, crafting is my business, so it's a little bit different because I create things for a living. I make stuff. But so my word create in the daily 5, eat, sleep, move, pray, create, does not necessarily mean you have to make a craft every day. You could create a meal, you could create a home, you could create a party, you could create a schedule to clean your house, you could create a spreadsheet, you can create all sorts of things. Doesn't mean you have to get out your crafting supplies and paint a rock or make a card or scrapbook page or whatever your crafting genre is. But yes, those in that case, I wouldn't say craft before everything else is done. Make your craft your dessert. So do all the things you have to do, and then leave the crafting to the end where it's like, good job, yay, I got everything done. Now I get to sit down and create. That's the way I feel about stitching at night is, okay, I get all my other stuff done. Because for sure, there are squirrels all over my world, and I want to do this before that and this before that. But I know that I need to do all the things that I need to do before I can sit down at the end of the day and just stitch or read. I typically don't read at night because I fall asleep. So thank you for those questions. I hope that kind of helps you. If you have a question, you can leave it in the comments below here, this video, or you can email me or text me if you have my phone number, because then that's good. I have more content besides just what I'm reading and what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing and what I'm doing. So anyway, don't forget, next week in Utah, if you're there, please come. All the details are on the Documented Faith page, not the group, the page. Or you can contact Adorn It, or email me, or just look on Facebook. It's plastered with all of the Documented Faith live. So it should be fun. So anyway, have a great weekend. Drink more water. Have a nice cup of coffee or tea. Get a book and a highlighter. And I will see you next week. And I'll be coming to you from Utah. Okay? See you later.